Yo, 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 what's going on, everyone? What up, what up? It's your girl, Audie. Getting at you guys with another What It Do at Audie's W-2. Now, let me tell you what's going on at Audie's W-2. They are jerk-offs, let me tell you. So, they threw us on 2 trucks by ourselves. And the lady, Trudy, I just thought she was the nicest, greatest person at this facility, but that just totally flipped. Like, it was so crazy how, like, night and day, day and night. I was like, who the fuck is this woman? Like, she just was getting on me, like she was... I just felt like there was no reason for her to already be tired of me. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. You know, like, she stuck with us for a week. And let me tell you, the time right now is 4:19. And I'm supposed to be here until 8 o'clock. I clocked out. And I'm going to get to that in a few. But this woman was like, I already told you that. Or I told you that. I already explained it to you. And I'm just like, bitch, the first day that I met you, I told you I wasn't good with numbers. Because we're supposed to, like, divide them like 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, 2,500. You know, like, shit like that. I'm just not good with numbers. And the way that they have them lined up is that, like, from the first half of the truck, it's like 1,000 to 3,000. And then it stops dead in the middle of the truck, right? And then it goes to the other side of the truck. It'll start from like 3,500 to 5,500 or something like that. And then it goes back on the other side. You know, and I'm just not good with numbers, man. Like, I'm telling you guys, when I say that I'm not good at math, I'm not good at counting, like, I'm telling you. Like, that's too stupid to fucking make up. Like, I wish I was good with numbers. I wish I was good at math. I wish that I could just look at something and be like, oh, that's a 6, or oh, that's a 9. Like, I just don't, you know? And she was just like, when you scan this, it tells you like 2 out of 15. So, you know, I told you that it's going to be like 15. And then I'm just like, all I know is that you told us to scan this and then scan this. You never mentioned anything about quantity other than, you know, like something else she was talking about the other day where it was about sorting. So, I'm sorry, I'm not that technical, like, I'm just supposed to know right off the bat. And she's just like, oh, the first 3 numbers of the truck is on this monitor. And then when I looked at it, it's like 2 totally different numbers. And she's like, do you got it? And I'm like, yeah, I got it, whatever. The fuck am I supposed to do? And so she was just like, she's like, oh, I don't mean to be on you, you know, it's just this and it's just that. And it's just like, whatever. Like, it's the way you're talking to me. And for her to be like treating me this way and talking to me this way and then backing it up with, you know, oh, I'm sorry, you know, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, whatever. I don't know. Like, I'm depending on you to teach me. So that I don't fuck up on the job because it's with numbers. And I fuck up all the time with numbers. You don't have to come at me like that. Like, just, you know, and I know she may feel like she don't have time for my, you know, to be patient with me or whatever. But it's like, I'm trying, okay? Like, I'm trying. And then there was like a whole bunch of boxes that were coming down the belt. And we had 2 trucks. So, you know, you're kind of pacing back and forth. And you know, you're trying to scan and, you know, throw everything in a box. And then it's like she sees how much is coming down the belt and that we got 2 trucks and that we're not experienced yet. And every time I scan, like I scan the package, I scan the sign, you know, to the truck, and then I just throw it in the truck, you know, like without sorting it yet, because there's a whole bunch of belt packages coming down the belt. So you scan, throw, scan, throw, you know. And she was just like, you need to organize, you need to sort, you need to do this. And I was like, you see how many fucking packages are coming down the belt, and you're telling us to, like, I'm not gonna be running in and out of this fucking truck trying to sort and all of this other shit. And she was just like, you gotta clean up your area. And I'm like, bitch, you're talking to someone that you think don't know. I know what the fuck I gotta do. And so she was just like, get in the truck and sort, and I'll scan. I'm like, bitch, why don't you fucking get in the truck and sort, and I'll fucking scan. Oh my God. And she was just like, I don't mean to be on you. And I'm just like, whatever, quit fucking talking to me. And I appreciate the dude that started with me. His name is Miguel. Like, shout out to you, bro. And it's so sad I never got to say goodbye, because let me tell you, I don't even know if I'm coming back. And let me continue on telling you. But shout out to Miguel. He's pretty dope. He was helping me with like when I was struggling, I was like, hey, those ones are mine. Can you pull those off the belt? And he's like, yeah. So he pulled them off for me. And then like he helped me like get like the really big packages off the belt for me. And you know, like he's pretty cool. But yeah, so she was like, she did say like, if you guys need any help, if you guys have any questions, if you don't feel well, please tell me. I did that, and she's like, oh, let me go find somebody. And it's just like, okay. And then she's just like, you know, I'll scan and you can sort. And at that time, like, I was just feeling just a little dizzy, a little lightheaded, but it wasn't like so bad I couldn't like sort or whatever. But it just seemed like every time I took a package to put on the shelf, or, you know, to put in its place, she would throw like another fucking package. And I was just like, okay, whatever. And she just made it a point like, oh, in this truck, you're supposed to do, like, it's that whole you were supposed to do. Like, she had to emphasize that, right? You were supposed to do like 100 and I think it was like 80 packages. And then in this truck, you're supposed to do like 293 or something like that. I was like, holy fucking shit. And these packages, again, they are heavy. And they're packages that are falling apart. And they expect you to tape it up. And, you know, they expect you to stop scanning. Stop pulling things off of the belt. And throwing them in the truck and sorting them. And fix this box. And it's like, the motherfuckers that are throwing these boxes on the belt like this are the ones that should be repackaging everything. Why the fuck does it have to be us? You know what I'm saying? Like, there was this one, it was like shredding on one end. Like, there were pieces of oh my God, styrofoam that was like coming out of the box. And I was like, yeah, if I was the person shipping this shit, or receiving it, like, I would be blaming FedEx. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, like, that shit just, okay, so, she was like, okay, we got somebody to take over, and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, I hope you get to feeling better. And I was like, yeah, one less person for you to yell at. You're welcome. So I was walking off, and I went to go find that one chick, Kathy. And, you know, I went to the bathroom first. I got some, you know, ice. I got some water. And then I went looking for her, and I was like, hey, Trudy told me that maybe you could put me in like in singles, or, you know, smalls, I think she said. Either that, or like be up on top of the tower or something to sort the packages. And she just already looked pissed. Like, she already looked like disappointed, like I was disappointing the entire facility. And she was just like, well, like, the only thing that you would be able to be in smalls is if you have, like, a disability. And I was like, well, it said on my application that I am diabetic, and, you know, I did have surgeries and things like that, and I do get, like, you know, dizzy, lightheaded, and blah, blah, blah. That's just the things that come with being diabetic when you're doing too much. Like, you know, whether you have high blood sugar or low blood sugar. And I tend to get both very rapidly. And she was just like, okay, follow me. Like, and she said something like, oh, you're going to need a doctor's note. And I was like, yeah, I could get one of those. And she just looked pissed. Like, she's like, we already have a whole bunch of people in smalls, you know, people that are pregnant. And then we have a guy that has a broken leg. And I'm just like, well, I may not be as severe as that, but I'm telling you, like, you know, and see, this is the thing. Every time I had a W-2, I walked off the fucking job. I was like, fuck this shit. All this physical fucking labor. Like, you expect me to hop in and out of trucks and, you know, and these fucking packages are heavy and you expect me to put them on a top fucking shelf over my head. You're expecting me to carry this shit. And, you know, just be tip top for $18 an hour. $18 an hour. Imagine doing something that you know you can't do. Whether it's, you know, getting up and down from the floor. Whether it's sitting on the floor, you know, what they call Indian style, right? Imagine try doing that and you can't even bend your fucking legs in that position. You can't even, like, kneel down. Like, you can't even, like, be on your knees. Like, knees to the floor. On a hardwood floor without it fucking hurting. Like it just feels like you're about to bust your kneecaps. Just what, you know, you have a poor core. Like you don't have a strong back. You can only lift your arms only so far up or whatever. Imagine doing that for how many fucking hours for that amount of money. There is, you know, I say this all the time, like, you know, man, you're gonna have to pay me like this much money an hour for me to do that type of shit. And let me tell you, when I was in the bathroom trying to collect myself, I was like, man, there's no amount of money that could make me continue doing this shit. That's real. That's just being honest with myself. And when Trudy was like, you know, why don't you go ahead and ask Kathy, if you could be in smalls or be on the tower or whatever. Like, as soon as Trudy let me go, I would have walked out without talking to Kathy. That's how much I'm like, fuck a W-2 all that time. All these years that I've been at, you know, trying to get in with Amazon and shit like that. When they try to have me do dumb shit, I was like, it is not worth that. It is not worth $15.50. It's not. So anyway, you know, after, you know, being in a bathroom, and I was like, all right, I'm going to talk to Kathy. I thought about leaving. And then this girl, she was like, oh, Kathy's right there. And I was like, fuck. But, you know, I talked to Kathy and I was like, you know, hey, what about this? And she just looked pissed off. She was like, oh, come on. And she took me straight to the fucking manager of this entire facility, and he was a fucking jackass too. And he was just sitting there like he was just tired of everybody's bullshit. You know, he was slumped down in his desk and, you know, just, and he was just like, oh, well, I'm a diabetic too, but in the application that you agreed to says that, you know, it is going to be like a lot of physical labor. And I'm just like, well, if you're a diabetic, sir, then you would know that more physical activity that you do, you could pass the fuck out due to low blood sugar. Because he asked me, he was like, did you eat before you came in? And I was like, yes. I'm fucking diabetic. I have to eat, or I'm going to pass the fuck out. So he was just like, oh, well, you know, we can put you on something else, but you need a doctor's note. And I was like, yeah, I can get that. And he was just like, all right, well, then, yeah, just go ahead and give that to us. And Man, you're not gonna fucking talk to me like I'm the one. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, well, it does say, like, okay, yeah, I get that. You know, you get in those moments where you feel like you can do it. But the more physical activity that you do it as a disabled person, I'm just saying, I'm not completely disabled. I want to work. It's not that I can't. It's just, I need help. And you're getting, you know, Trudy and whoever the fuck else is mad at me because of that. And it's like, I could have walked out. I didn't have to talk to you or you. I could have just done clocked out and never look back walking out the gate. Oh my God. And then so we walk out and then Kathy's like, you know, like she just blew me the fuck off. Like she was just like, get some rest. And then she just turns around and leaves me in the fucking empty hallway. Like, fuck you. And I was like, wow, okay. Okay. So I clocked out and I was just like, man, I thought this was going to be a great opportunity because, yo, I could have been on the tower to sort. I would have been in singles, you know? Like, I understand. But don't, like, you know, I fucking hate when people judge me in a way that is not my character. You know, and I get it. I fucking get it. It's just, I just need a break, maybe. Or, you know, I just need help sorting. Or I don't know. Trudy was making it sound like she was just on me too much. And it seemed like, you know, she was getting along with everybody else, you know. And when I looked down the line, man, like there was a lot of them that had trucks just like mine. Their shit wasn't organized either, especially Miguel's, because shit, you know, like he's pretty much physically fit. So it was like he was just jumping in and out of the truck like nothing. And I'm just like, fuck, man. I want to be like that, you know? And it was just like, I hated asking him for help because it was just like, man, like he don't need to take on another truck, you know? But Trudy, she was just like, she was yelling at me. Like it was crazy. She didn't raise her voice to all those other people, and she was raising her voice at me. And, you know, if she's being dramatic or whatever, or she's just, you know, like that much in a hurry, like, okay, I understand, but I still feel like it's unfair. Like you're getting on me because like I'm not good with numbers. I'm not hopping in and out of the truck. And there's this part where like if you have like really, really tall packages, like over 6 feet, you're supposed to lean them against the truck, like off the ramp. I don't know how to explain that, but basically you have to jump down. You have to jump down like, I don't know, 3 feet. And you have to push it like towards the front of the truck, but lean it on the side of the truck. And then you're supposed to just hop back the fuck up. And then I said, I can't jump down and I cannot jump that high. And she's like, you're going to have to try. You're going to have to. And I'm like, I'm telling you, I can't. And she's just like, find a way. This is a physical job. You're getting paid to work out. And I'm like, what the fuck is that supposed to be? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It was just like, so you guys are all incapable of finding solutions. It's either this way or no way. Like, fuck, get me a stool or something, you know, because, like, in that fucking safety video, homeboy was using a yellow stool. Give me one of those. Oh, but find a way. I just felt insulted. I just felt, like, degraded. Like, I just felt like, it's like, I know I could do the job, but, and I know it's, you know, it is kind of self-paced, but you got to pick up the pace a little bit. These packages is just like, oh, well, you're just gonna have to do it. You just have to do it. For $18, break your back. I was like, bitch, you're out of your fucking mind. And same thing with homeboy, man, sitting in the big chair, looking miserable as fuck, like you done fucking had it. Man, why don't you guys take your asses home and chill the fuck out? And remember that you are talking to human beings. I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm not... Let me tell you. I understand there's a lot of pressure. You know, especially like a facility like this, as big as it is, and, you know, it's worldwide or whatever the fuck. But I'm not saying like cater to us, but listen to us. Find solutions. That's your job as well. I don't know. It was just kind of like I got kicked out, because it was almost like, yeah, clock out and get some rest. And she just left me there. And I was like, okay, so you don't need me to staple papers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, you know. And most of the time, they do put the blame on you. And it's like, all right, okay, it's me. It's not you, it's me. But that's kind of the same shit that they tried giving me at Amazon Flex. Like, there was a package that I didn't want to take on Flex. And this isn't like a fulfillment, you know, like I'm not... When you do Amazon Flex, you are not employed by Amazon. You are a independent contractor. And I know the fucking rules. And I was like, I'm not taking this package. It's too heavy and it's going 3 flights of stairs. Fuck that. And I took it back into the warehouse. And the guy was like, well, you signed the thing when you signed on with Flex that you are supposed to be picking up 50 pounds. And I was like, no. With Flex, it's supposed to be 30 pounds. Fulfillment center, like an actual employee of Amazon, not an independent contractor, but, you know, an actual employee of Amazon, they're required to lift 50 pounds. And the dude looked stupid. I know he felt stupid, but this other fucking bitch trying to have his back, she was like, oh, well, do you have one of those carts? You should have one of those carts. And I'm like, is Amazon going to supply me with a fucking cart? And take up more room in my car, bitch. Oh, my God. And that's what that was giving me. When the guy was like, oh, well, it said, and you signed the application that said it was going to be and, you know, physical. Yeah, physical, but not strenuous. Oh, my God. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm coming back. And what really, really sucks about this is, you know, I created this podcast to document my W-2. And I just feel like it's done. I just feel like it's over with. I don't want to feel that way. You know, should I go to my doctor and get a doctor's note? But, you know, it's like my primary doctor, she's a piece of shit too. Like, I don't trust her. I don't trust my primary. So I don't know. I have to give it some thought. I really do. My back really hurts. I think with one package, I try to lift with my legs, but it was just impossible for me to, I don't have really good core strength. I feel like, yeah, and I could be wrong, but I do feel like, if I were to try a little bit harder to lift it up, I would have vomited, because you guys already know that I have a sensitive stomach. And if you guys are new to this podcast, yeah, like I throw up nearly every morning. It's just a morning routine thing for me. And I felt like if I were to give it any more core strength to pick up that fucking package, it would have all came out. My sandwich, my water, everything would have came out. And then what? Then it's my fault. To them, it's my fault. But anyhow, so what's going to happen right now? I am going to drink some water. I'm going to get me a Starbucks. And I'm probably just going to do deliveries. I don't know if I'm going to do Amazon Flex. Maybe pick up like a $60 shift. It's like only like a 3-hour shift. Because I don't know if I'm coming back. I do not know if I'm coming back. It's like, why come back knowing that you just got a glimpse of how you're treated when you're hurt? Or like when you have a problem, they don't try to find a solution. It's all like, oh, well, you know that it was going to be like this. So it's your fault. That's pretty much what they're saying. If I was sitting in that guy's chair and if somebody came in with that shit, I would have been like, how are you feeling right now? Do you need an Advil? Did you drink plenty of water? Are you hot? Or, cause it's like, if you're diabetic, fucking ask those things, fucking idiot. Word. And I would have been like, do you need a few minutes? Or do you think you can, okay, you may not be able to lift, but maybe you can sort, or, you know what I'm saying? Because I was, like I said, I would have left. The fact that I came to talk to them, I wanted to stay. But see, they didn't do that. They were just like, that what it requires you to do. But it's like, yeah, sure. But it's like, you guys can have me do something, Nah, they didn't do that. So that tells me that he's not a very good boss. Word. That's what it is. You can't convince me different. But I'm not saying, cater to me. Understand and find a solution. I want to stay. But, yeah, I don't know if I'm coming back, honestly. But I'll let you guys know for sure. I'll let you guys know what's going to happen. But thank you all so much for pressing play. Yes, I know this one was kind of a long one. Longer than all the other ones that I've done. But, yo, drop it in the comments. What would you have done? What would you do? Would you guys go back or nah? I love you all. Thank you all so much for pressing play. Don't forget to add, rate, comment, subscribe, follow, and share. And check out my other socials and my other podcasts, the Y Run podcast, the Re-Up podcast, and Audie's Art podcast. Alrighty, and yeah, I will talk to you guys in the next episode. Peace.